good shot.
These-
Oh, wow, the trio, dude. That's crazy. Just hear me out, okay? So I had this Borg Warner Turbo sitting around, yeah? Bought it a couple years ago, never did anything with it, was gonna put on the Z, but I figured, hey, let me just throw it up for sale, all in the marketplace, get some cash, throw it into the GTR build. Cool, great plan. Right away, had somebody interested pretty quickly. However, he had a trade. And, well, these may have been the trade. Now, this is genuinely my first ever set of real wheels, if you want to say that. 3-piece, let alone, you know, something that's like an actual JDM wheel. The closest thing I've ever had to a real wheel has been an RPF one. So, you know what I mean? This is kind of cool for me. Now, right off the bat, do I think these are going to fit? The more I look at them, actually probably guaranteed not to fit. But I couldn't pass up this deal. This was a trade up. So either way I look at it, I can always clean these up, sell them, and make some money regardless. So, and I can make a cool video, see how they look on the car. I think they'll look absolutely phenomenal. I really love that face. It's a nice face. So if you guys are curious, for those that don't know, these are Weds Kranzes. Can't remember the model name, but they are very nice. So pretty stoked. We're gonna clean them up. They probably do need to be fully refinished. We'll probably do that in another video. However, today, I just wanna see these things on the car. Obviously, we're rocking the Z32, Obviously, we're rocking the R32 GTR wheels from my GTR. Well, actually, no, they're not from it. I actually bought them separately. Regardless, been rocking these just because the tires, the Mickey Thompsons that I had on my RPF ones, were getting pretty worn down driving on the street every day. So those got sidelined for a bit, and we just threw on the GTR wheels just to kind of cruise around in, and they've been doing great. And to be honest, I think they look good. Like for an OEM wheel, they fit the Z32 very well. So today, we're gonna go ahead and just give these a bit of a clean. You guys can see, I mean, that's probably a good 3-4 inch lip in the rear. So spec-wise, we're looking at a 18x10 and an 18x9 for the front. Like I said, I don't think these are gonna fit right now. They do have a bit of a stretch tire. Those two are the fronts, I think, and then these two are the rears. So let's go ahead, man. Let's get this car jacked up. See what it's gonna look like. Also, by the way, first time ever, these three have been together. So that's pretty special for me. Cool. Let's keep moving. Dude, they cleaned up pretty nice. I'll be fair, man. That looks all right. The lips could definitely use a polish, I would say. But dude, I mean, not bad. Compared to how they started, man, we're looking a whole lot better. So let's go ahead, let's get the car in the air. These are just gonna fit. I mean, these are gonna be full stance, boy, man. Is that the vibe we're going for with this thing? We'll see. We'll see how bad they fit. One way to find out, I guess. Let's get the car jacked up. Holy crap. Huge, bro. Absolutely huge. This is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. This is the front, right? Holy crap. Yeah. Jeez Louise. All right, like I said, I mean, whew. Take a look at this, guys. That's some poke there. All right. All right. Yeah, I mean, what do we think, guys? Is it a bit much? It's a bit much, isn't it? It might be a bit much. You know, well, it definitely needs a lot of camber. I had to put about a 1/4-inch spacer in it too. It can't even fit R32 GTR front brakes, which aren't even aggressive. Now, I definitely think we're gonna need to dial in some camber. So I'm gonna go ahead, probably do that. Maybe try and figure out a better setting, at least to get it sitting right. But again, I think this is just a little bit too big. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just not used to 18s, I guess. It's crazy, man. Just a totally different look. All right. I think it definitely needs to go a whole lot lower, too. Like, if I were to run these wheels, it definitely would have to go a whole lot lower. All right, let's keep on rocking, man. Let's have some fun. Quick change of plans. I figured it'd be smart to even see if the rear wheels even fit on the car. So before I start messing around trying to dial this bit in, let's see if the rears even go on. Because I'm skeptical. I am skeptical. Yes. They're looking big. That's my first impression, man. They're looking big. Looks like we're committing to the stance life here, boys. Looks like we're committing to the stance life here if this is the case. Lord Almighty. I mean, it does hit kind of hard, but I just feel like the whole height and the ride height of the car, it kind of has that Mexi stance right now, you know what I mean? Rocking that whole Mexi flush life. So again, let's just mess with it, and you know, I guess we could probably get this to fit, because at the moment we're rocking very minimal camber, maybe 1/2 degree, if that. So we could probably bump in another degree, maybe. And I don't want it to be super crazy, you know, but I'm willing to kind of mess around and just see if we can make this look good. I might be willing to keep these, but at the moment, it's probably looking like we're gonna have to sell them. But I mean, maybe not. Maybe not. So looking at my coilover here, I really don't even have that much room to drop it down. So what I think I'm gonna do is just remove this collar and drop it, basically bottom it out. And if we need to, we got another collar to go. But those that have ever adjusted their own coilover suspension know how time consuming this process can be. So it's a bit of a mission to do this sort of stuff, especially on older coilovers, but we're gonna make it happen because I really wanna see what it's looking like with a proper fitment. Please. Yes. Oh. Okay. Look at this little guy. Let's pop her in. See how we're looking. All right, take two. Take two. Okay. Definitely need more camber, but any Z32 owners know how much of a pain in the butt it is to adjust camber on these things. So I just gotta get them pumped in. Once we get them inside the fender a little bit more, I think we might be on the right track. Again, I'm just, you know, little by little, boys, little by little. As you guys can see, we've been messing around with some stuff here. So unfortunately, my upper control arms in the rear here are just super cheap eBay stuff. And basically everything was all rusted up. So we're in here. You guys can see I just went ahead and I've been messing with this here, which is our upper control arm type deal, which controls our camber. So back there, you guys might be able to see we have the eccentric bolt right there. And we can adjust that, and it gives us some movement. However, what I needed to adjust were these threads back here. And everything was just super rusted up, so I had to take the whole thing out, get the coilover out the way, take this out, go on the bench, on the vise. It was a bit of a mission. So I got that all wound in as much as I could before it just would not move anymore. So I got about 4 threads on it. We're gonna try and see if that worked out and got us to where we need to be. I also just went ahead and lowered my coil over a little bit. If you guys are curious, all you have to do is just loosen up this bottom collar here and wind the whole body into this sleeve here. So it's kind of a simple motion and it all spins together. So got that lowered about 4 threads, and I think we're about ready to give this another shot. I mean, we're getting there, but I still think it needs a little bit more, man. It's just poking up, it's just all, I'm already like, that's enough for me, but it really could use a bit more. I don't want to pull the fender, you know? Damn, I was really hoping that was gonna do it, man. I was really hoping that was gonna do it. All right, so we're up here at the front, and to basically adjust the camber up here, we have to, oh man, I think I'm just gonna unbolt this bolt up here off the upper control arm. That way I can kind of gain access to that guy back there. It's gonna be a little bit easier, I think. It's just such a pain with the way that these are set up, but I guess it is what it is, and we'll get it done. Ow. Damn. Now we have access to this guy. So we need to shorten him up a little bit, and hopefully that gets us to where we want to be. The worst part about it is that these nuts on this arm up here are absolutely massive. I don't even know what size they would be, like a 36? I mean, who has a 36-inch wrench? I did 3 turns on the arm, and it still looks exactly the same as when I started, so that's fantastic. That's so weird, dude. 3 turns. I mean, it did a little bit, I guess, but yeah, we still got to bring it in a little bit, I think. I mean, it's not all too bad right now. I think it's pretty doable. I don't know, guys. I think it's growing on me a little bit. I got to say, it's definitely growing on me a little bit. It's starting to fit up a little bit better. The rear is still a bit of a work in progress, I got to say. It's rubbing the fender right now. And, well, we're gonna have to dial in some more camber. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like I said, it's growing on me. This is not normally my style with how big the wheel is. Especially, I'm not really a stretched tire guy. I like the whole meaty fitment way better. But like I said, I mean, it's just got a look to it. The white on white is pretty nice. I gotta say, it's pretty nice. I almost feel like we should paint the calipers white too, but that might be a little bit too much. But all in all, I gotta say, man, it's looking pretty decent. Now, I know it's not going to be everybody's style, of course. It's hard to please everybody. You can't. But like I said, man, just a nice little change of pace. And whether we keep them or not, I'm not really too sure. If you guys are interested in these wheels, let me know. But for now, I think I'm going to keep them. I think I'm going to work with it and see if we can make it really nice. I just wish the tires didn't have to be stretched and we didn't have to run camber. But what can you do? We could rebuild the wheels. We could get different front lips. Slightly smaller. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but it does look good. It does look pretty decent, man. It's also 1:30 in the morning. It's just crazy how little things take so long. Like the smallest stuff you think wouldn't take you very long, it just somehow ends up taking way longer. Just little things hold you up, and I've only gotten two wheels done, so oh well, it's all good. All right, guys, it is the next day. So far today, I've just been busy with some customer work, been sanding on this car, on this WRX in front of me, getting it more prepped up for the wrapping. That's been keeping me busy for the start of the day. I actually need to go pick up some more sandpaper, so I'm a little bit paused on it. So I figured I'd move on to a couple other things. After that, I did some sandblasting for some customer work that I have, but now I figured I'd hop back on the Z for a little bit. I've actually been tinkering with it for the past hour or two. Actually, what I had just done, before this, I had the R32 GTR front calipers and rotors on this thing from my GTR. Now with that, I had to run about an 8mm spacer to clear the caliper. Now, I just went ahead and tossed the OEM Z32 caliper on there. However, the rotor I have, I thought this was Z32. It must be, but it's probably for a TT or something, and these, I believe, are just the NA ones. So, didn't work. So now I just have the caliper on there, and it is fitting. However, I'm still gonna need about like a 1 or 2 millimeter spacer because it is rubbing and the wheel won't turn. But you guys can see without that 7 mil spacer, that 8 mil spacer, that's fitting up really nice. I'm actually content with that. That's good. Now, the tire size is a little bit too large. Let me walk you guys through the specs really quickly. And the rear came out great. We'll get to that in a second. But so the fronts, I don't know the exact offset. So the inner barrels say 18 by 8 plus 37, I believe. But obviously then we have this 3.5 inch lip up here. Maybe this is even 4 inch. Hang on. All right, so that's about 3.5 or so. So that, I'm assuming, brings us to about like a +8, +5 offset, give or take. So we're pumped out quite a bit. Now, the tire size here is a 235/40/18. I probably could be better off with a 225/35 or a 225/40, just because this sidewall height here is pretty tall, and I am gonna probably have some rubbing issues up here at the front bumper area. I could obviously move the caster back of the wheel, but then I'm probably gonna be starting to rub. I haven't even turned full lock yet. I have a feeling we might start to rub the inner lining in there. So this is all the problems that come with lowering your car and running wheels like this, right? But I gotta say, man, it does look badass. Like this shit looks pretty hot, I will say. Now moving on to the rear, I've been messing. The rear has been a bit of a mission, but I gotta say it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. I'm close. We're not dialed in just yet. There's a lot of toe in right now because of all the added camber that I just added in. And also these tires are a little bit too big. So I'd have to go one size smaller. These tires here are a 255/40/18. Now, if I were to switch it up, I would probably do a 245/35. Like I said, smaller aspect ratio on the sidewall and a little bit narrower of a tread to just make it all a little better fit, you know, because I've already got probably a couple degrees of camber in here. And I really don't want to add more. So it's kind of hard because right now the wheel is tilted in this way. So we're less on our clearance right there. But I got to say, man, it is looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, boys. Damn, actually, dude. Woo! Look at that. Bro, I normally am a track stance guy, and I love my track wheels, but there's something about a Z with, like, a stancy look. I gotta say, bro, like, it hits kind of hard, man. It does. All right. Shit. Especially with the white faces. The gold little touch in the center cap there, that looks nice. It would be cool to rebuild, repolish, you know, stuff like that. But here I am now, I'm gonna be investing money in these things, and I don't know if I want to do that. I just found some rear tires, some 245/35/18s for like $45 a pop. So we might go ahead and get those soon. But for now, I think it's okay. I'm curious to see what your guys' opinion is on them. And yeah, man. Otherwise, I'm actually very happy. This has turned out better than I thought. So now the rears have a 4-inch lip. The specs on these, as far as I'm aware, I'm not really too sure how the whole 3-piece spec things work. So the inner barrel, again, I think is like an 18 by 8 or something like that. And then this obviously extends that. So I don't really know how that works, to be fair. It does look pretty hot, though. Shit, that's nice. That's nice, boys. The more I look at it, the more I feel like I'm just gonna keep these wheels. I don't know. I feel like they just work out, and I just love the whole mesh look, and the white on white it just goes really good. So yeah, man, maybe we'll polish them up, get them rebuilt semi, you know. I was even thinking about repowder coating the faces black, but then again, the white is pretty damn good, so I can't be upset about it. All right, well, that is going to do it for today. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully you guys are stoked with the look of the car, man. I am pretty happy. We just do need to dial it in a little bit more. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Later.